Hello, all. It's your girl Tiffany, Madam Licious Black Beauty, your poetic psychic Pisces high priestess, aka the light that shines like a diamond, also known as your modern day nun, one who isn't within a coven, a convent, or a covenant. I do thank you all for listening and for watching on today. Well, tonight, actually. If y'all would be so kind to please like, share, and subscribe, it would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Um, I'm going to go into a bit of dialogue real quick. I may pull some cards and may go into a reading or something like that or what have you. I just wanted to speak on something that is being talked about a lot. Okay, so y'all know a lot of the things that's been going on. So anyway, guys, real quick before I get into it, this is going to be general. Y'all take the messages that apply, leave the ones that do not. Okay, remember this could apply to the past, the present, or the future. Okay, as well as it can be pertaining to you or any and everyone else in between that you may or may not know, guys. Okay, so what I want to talk about is I've been hearing like there's a lot of the farmers and different things are talking and speaking out about things, guys. Okay, and y'all know what's been going on with uh, different supposedly allegedly immigrants with ICE and all this other kind of stuff. A lot of people being deported. So the farmers has run into a lot of problems. Okay, because obviously the farmers had the farmers is dealing with a lot of different things right now for more than one reason. Okay, one of the issues they're dealing with, okay, is having farmhands, having workers. Okay, and it's obviously they had a lot of immigrant workers. Okay, that they're saying that basically we're the only people who were willing to do that work and different things like that or what have you, guys. Okay, now I live in Arkansas. Okay, and apparently, but I'm in Little Rock. Okay, which is like the city, okay, one of the biggest cities in Arkansas. Okay, a lot of the farmers, really all the farmers, no matter what state these farmers are in, they're in rural areas. Okay, the reason why I'm deciding to speak out about this, okay, they are going through a lot. I think a lot was promised to them. They're needing to be built out of certain situations and different things like that. They're losing a lot of money on their farms. It's already bad enough. They've lost a lot of workers. A lot of their workers, like I said, have been deported. Workers are not, and then other ones are not showing up with the fear that they'll be snatched up, in prison, deported, and all this other kind of stuff, guys. Okay, but that's not what I really want to talk to. Okay, so this is a message to the farmers because I am in Arkansas, where in Arkansas I actually have a lot of farmers. Okay, I want to say this because the farmers are speaking out right now about not having workers and different things. Okay, and there's things being directed at black people predominantly out of all other races of people. Okay, like workers, it should be workers regardless to their race. You understand what I'm saying? First of all, okay, but for some reason black people are being called on in reference to these farmers, or maybe they're like the farmers maybe are appealing to some I don't know if it's solely just black people or whatever, but this is just different videos that I've been seeing online. Okay, look, let me say this. Okay, I want to tell the farmers this. Okay, and some people, to each is his own. Everybody have their own mind, going to think the way they want to think. Okay, um, you know, and some of it has merit, some of it has logic, some of it is just pure ignorance. But and because what's being said is all, you know black people don't want to work on the farm, because of slavery and different things like that or what have you. Okay, which which is kind of stupid because as far as how slavery went back in the day, people are not being enslaved like that now. Well, not they shouldn't be. Okay, even though there has recently been some things that came out that look real suspicious. You know what I'm saying? Like people being forced to do certain things. But anyway, what I want to say to the farmers is, okay, living in a state where there are a lot of farmers, the one thing I know about farmers is farmers are always in rural areas, okay, because people who have farms, they have a lot of land, okay, so they're usually out in rural areas, like what most people would call like country town type areas and different things like that. It don't always have to be. Like, we can get, like, I can drive out certain places, certain areas I can name now that's not too far from where I am, where there's certain farmlands and different things like that. But anyway, long story short, most farmers is in rural areas, okay? But this is what I want to tell the farmers. I don't know how, y'all, I don't know if I'm using the right word when I say applying yourself, like, because I'm gonna be honest with you. And this is living in a state around a lot of people that I know are farmers, okay, in this state. I have never in my life seen one ad, one commercial, one, like, nothing, on any type of, like, most people who are hiring, like, well, back in the day, people used to read the newspaper, okay, and they used to go to the classified sections, different things like that, to look for jobs and different things like that. I have never seen an ad in the paper for people who are hiring farm workers. I've never seen an ad online for people who are looking for farm workers. I've never seen a commercial where farmers are saying, hey, I'm farmer such and such, my farm is such and such, and I'm hiring, whatever. I've never in my life. And I live in a state surrounded by plenty farmers, okay? I have never in my life seen any type of advertisement. Like, I don't know how they normally advertise that they're hiring. Like, I'm being totally honest with you, because basically what's being said right now is, and specifically black people are being called on, like, oh, black folks don't want these jobs. But I feel like, first of all, if you need farm hands and you need workers, it shouldn't matter what race they are. You just need quality workers that's willing to work, right? So it doesn't matter what race they are. But I'm telling you, and even with the workers that you had, the reason why the majority of workers was probably immigrants, because you was probably going to certain areas. You know how they have certain immigrants, how you see certain people out in certain places, they go and get them day job type of places. They will post up at certain places in the wee hours of the morning, early in the mornings, and certain contractors or construction people or whoever will come through there to need some extra hands to work, and they load these people up and take them to wherever, and they will work for the day and they would get paid for the day. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's how they normally get their workers or what have you. I don't really know the process of how they would hire people, but I do know in all my 41 years, I have never in my life seen an ad from any farmer, any place, okay, on any type of job market, on any type of in the paper, online, nowhere. How does a person apply for a job on the farm? Like, who do you contact? Who do you call? Like, is there a home office? Is there, like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't understand how farmers are like, oh my God, we can't find workers. Nobody wants to do this type of work. You know what I'm saying? Different things like that. I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm, like I said, I don't know if I'm using the right word when I'm saying, I don't know if they're applying themselves right, because I think that kind of goes the other way around. Like, when a person is like looking for work or something like that, but I don't know if they're like advertising that they're hiring the right way, because I have never in my life seen an ad. Okay. And so what I'm saying to the farmers, how I'm appealing to the farmers is, there are millions of billions of people in the world. If you need workers, there are people in the world who need work, who need money. Okay? So if you are fair, if you are honest, if you are a good manager or boss to have, and you pay fair wages to your employees, I don't see why anybody who needs a job, okay, and needs money would not want to work for you. Okay, but people would need to know, number one, people would need to know where you are, how to contact you, how to apply. Okay, and number two, because farmers are all in rural areas, you would need employees who has transportation to go way out to wherever these farms are to work at. Otherwise, you would be looking at a situation where you would have to go and pick up a load of people and bring them to an area. I don't know if that's how y'all normally do it or what. Like, y'all, I'm seeing all these farmers and stuff, and they're like, talking about the workers that they've lost and different things like that. I have never in my life, okay, I've never in my life, and and nobody literally kind of reads the paper anymore. And like back in the day before the internet kind of got popping, people, read your local newspaper for everything. And if you went to the classified, you can find everything in the classifieds. People selling stuff, classified ads for jobs, classified ads for like apartments, houses for rent or for sale. Just about anything you was looking for, you could find in the newspaper back then. Okay, well, when technology got to advancing, and you got the whole World Wide Web and different things like that. Now you can find your local newspaper for wherever you are. Your local newspaper should have a site online where you can actually see the whole paper every day online. Okay, you may have to sign up for a subscription or something like that, or what have you. But I kid y'all not. And I've seen some crazy, like they even have like people, y'all remember those ads that used to be in the paper, like people searching for love, people who wanted pen pals, all kinds of stuff used to be in the paper. The obituaries, everything used to be in the paper. I have never in my life seen a farmer who is like, hey, we're hiring, in need of quality workers. We pay such and such. Need you for hours such and such to such and such. Monday through Friday. Whatever the days, times, out. Whatever pay, whatever. I've never seen an ad like that. And I've seen some strange ads. I've even seen ads where people are looking for extras. Actors and actresses, like extras for movies and different things. I've seen ads being posted for people who like modeling ads, okay, like recruiters for modeling, recruiters for extras. I've even seen ads for recruiters for crisis actors. Okay, I've seen all kinds of ads. I have never in my life seen a ad for a farm. Never. And I live in a state where I'm literally surrounded by farms, okay? Or farmers, rather, okay? I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? You could go in certain states where there's a lot of farms or a lot of farmers, like, you probably couldn't go certain areas, okay? Certain stores, okay, I'm trying to tell you, you see a man in some overalls, or, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, the farmer's probably looking a little different right about there or whatever, but that's how they looked back in the day, you know what I'm saying. They keep them pair of overalls or something like that, because they out there working, in the pit, you know what I'm saying, they look like, working men and women, you can tell the ones who, have farms and grew up on farms and different things like that. But the point is, I have never seen a ad for farmers anywhere. So I don't know what they're posting on for workers. But like I said, there are millions and billions of people in the world, and there's a lot of people who are without work. Okay, and a lot of desperate people who are without work. Okay, especially people where nobody will give them a second chance. They don't have a dime to their name. They're struggling. They need work. Okay, so like, you know what I'm saying? You got all kind of drifters out here. You got all kinds of people who need somebody to give them a helping hand and stuff and things like that. But a lot of times, this is the reason why a lot of times people end up giving up, because they don't come into contact with the right people. I just don't know. Like, I'm seeing all these ads from all these different farmers from all over the United States saying, oh my God, this is a crisis. We don't know what to do. We're losing money. Trump lied to us about this, that, and the other. We didn't think it was going to be like that. All different kind of stuff, because I didn't even know that we had soybean farmers. Obviously, we got soybean farmers in Arkansas. I literally just found this out, like, the other day, hearing from some of the farmers, or seeing some videos talking about the farmers here in Arkansas. And I'm like, what? We got soybean farmers? Where they at? You understand what I'm saying? Um, and then I ran into a bunch of videos from that. Um, and these farmers are talking about they don't have workers, and the workers that they did have, they were either like deported or something like that, and the other ones of them got so spooked and got so scared, thinking they was going to get hemmed up, locked up, or something like that. They stopped showing up to work, so they were without farm hands and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's not the type of work that everybody would want to do, because, like, it's, some people, you got to have a, the energy for certain things, the stomach for certain things. Just like everybody couldn't work in a hospital or the medical field. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody couldn't work in certain areas like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, so it would take somebody who wants to do the job, obviously, but you can't really say that, oh my God, we don't have anybody to work the farms. And you don't had a lot of people. A lot of people have been like, you know, always talking about the immigrants, like, oh, they took our jobs. And, you got ICE out here rounding up everybody and kicking out every damn body. And there are some jobs that's open, and then they just happen to be jobs that y'all don't want to fucking do. So what jobs was y'all talking about that these supposed immigrants was the fuck taken from you? Because what I do know is the ones of them that would come over here, whether they came over here legally or not, they were some efficient fucking workers, okay? Them folks will work from sun up to sun goddamn down without a break if they had to, bitch, okay? And they will work the hell hard for the money that they got. Now, I did feel like they was treated unfair because they were immigrants. A lot of times, the employers that would hire them, they was paying them because they were illegal and was paying them under the table. They would underpay them. You know what I'm saying? So if they had an employer and that employer normally pays his other employees, I don't know, say $10 an hour, because he got some immigrant workers, he might only pay that immigrant worker $7 an hour or $8 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. And I feel like that was unfair. But them people worked their ass off. Okay? But I've been sitting hearing all of this, and I was sitting up thinking, I'm like, I have never in my life seen a farming job advertisement anywhere. So I'm like, where do these people, I would just love to ask a farmer, where do y'all advertise for that you're hiring? Because I promise you, if they just went around and you just ask people, you don't have to listen to me, you don't have to believe me, I'm just speaking in general, okay? I haven't. I don't know if anybody else have, but I would love to know if anybody else has ever seen any type of ad, commercial, advertisement, anything like that anywhere, in a newspaper, in a magazine, online, a commercial you seen on TV, something on your phone, or online or anywhere like that about a hiring for farm work. I haven't. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that has the point that I'm making is I feel like, message to the farmers, I feel like that has a lot to do with why you can't get workers. Okay? But solely only looking for African American people to do that work, to replace the immigrants to do that work for you. Not all black people be willing to do that, okay? Like, but interestingly enough, I had a friend guy years ago. He was doing a side gig job between like his other job, and he ended up telling me one day, I don't even know how he met this person, how he got into contact with this person, but he was going way out somewhere to work on a farm, but it was I forget what they were doing on that farm. I don't know. Was it a marijuana farm? I don't think it was a marijuana farm. It was some kind of farm. But he actually got paid really good. But like I said, you would need employees who probably have their own transportation and is willing to drive way out somewhere. Okay, so like for instance, like I'm in Little Rock, in Arkansas, for one. I'm in Little Rock, okay? So if there's a farmer that say there's a farmer in shit, I don't even know. I don't even know what other city to name. Okay? Most of your farmers is like, basically what I'm saying is most of your farmers were like, no matter where you live, would likely be in, a city over from you or something like that. Okay, or either if within your city, still far out, way out, past the county line, like you in another county damn near, which is basically another city or what have you. Anyway, so the point is you're likely, if there's a farmer within your city, wherever that farm is, I guarantee you it's about 45 minutes to an hour or an hour and a half away from wherever you reside, unless you happen to reside around wherever that farm is. But most farmers who have farmland, they're surrounded by other people who have farmland, because farmers have acres and acres and acres of land, huge fields of land. You understand what I'm saying? It's not even just the land that their homes sit on or what have you. They have, acres and acres of land and barns, and you know what I'm saying? It just depends on what kind of farmers you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And what kind of work. But I was sitting up, in the long story short, guys, I was sitting up listening to some of these people, and it was just random people that was talking, and it was like, black people, look, because I happen to be on this video right here. This person called himself Ellie from Africa, okay? And I happen just to be watching this video right here. It says, white Texas farmers furious as workers stop showing up, now begging black Americans for help, okay? I also found it so interesting. I don't know how many of y'all I don't have a problem with it, but I find it very interesting. Because I've been watching a lot of different kind of content lately. I am very surprised as to how many Africans actually from Africa, not just like African American people, but Africans from Africa, how many Africans there are who do content every day solely about people and things in the United States. And it just made me wonder, I'm like, are these people here? Because these are people, their accents are still really strong. I don't have a problem with these people, but I kid y'all not, I have come across like so many channels, okay, especially with all the stuff that's been happening politically and just like all kinds of stuff that is happening. I'm like, are these people, are they, I get they're from Africa, but are they now staying in America or whatever? I just found it real, you know what I'm saying? And it's like one of those things, like you would never see, we don't see, say, people from China or Japan doing content solely on the people, the places and the things and the goings on in the United States. Now, it doesn't mean that there aren't any Asian content creators who, haven't done some content happening to speak about, you know what I'm saying? Especially if it's a major event or something like that going on or whatever. But anyway, that's a quick side note for something else. I found that very interesting. I'm like, it is so interesting to me as to how many Africans have YouTube channels and they solely only do content about Americans and what's going on in America. And not all of them, some of them you can tell are living in America now, but some of them, they look like they over in Africa somewhere in their country, and or something like that. And it's like, it be a trip. It's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't see Americans who got a YouTube channel who only do content about Africa and Africans and what's going on in Africa. You know what I'm saying? It's weird, okay? But anyway, I've run across that lately, okay? And this just so happens to be another guy here. He's from Africa. I don't know if he's actually in Africa, he's in America, but anyway, long story short. So yeah, I was watching this, okay? You got a lot of this says white Texas farmers furious about workers stop showing up, now begging black Americans. Why are y'all only, if y'all need workers are workers. You just need quality, hard-working workers that's going to show up, that's going to do their job, and you know what I'm saying, be good employees, okay? Or what have you. Why is it solely black Americans that they're calling out to come work on the farms? You know what I'm saying? I found that so freaking weird, or what have you. And it's not to say, I mean, like I said, there's millions and billions of people in the world. So I doubt very seriously, just like the friend I was telling y'all about. And he was only doing it as a side gig. He did it like, you know what I'm saying, parts. I think he was doing it like in between jobs. Like something had went on with his full-time job that he had. And he was like getting another job. And before he got the other full-time job, he ended up, I don't even know how he came across the information, the person who runs the farm or something like that. And I'm like, because I seen him one day. I'm like, why the hell is you dressed like that? You know what I'm saying? Because he had on these boot things that came way up, like over the pants, like, or what have you, and just a t-shirt. I'm like, why the hell are you dressed like that? And he was like, you know, I've been doing some work out there on that farm and stuff like that or whatever. And I forget what type of farm he said it was, but he said the people was real nice and different things like that or what have you. I can't even remember what type of farm it was or how he even got. I'm like, and I think I asked him at the time, I'm like, how the hell did you come across a job on a farm? Like, how did you meet that person? And they like, hey, you want a job? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so farmers, okay, like I said, if you want workers, if you need workers, first of all, it shouldn't be just like with the immigrants. It shouldn't be solely one race of people that you want doing this work for you. You just need, you know what I'm saying, quality workers, okay? And like I said, I don't know how y'all normally advertise that you need help, that you need work, that you're hiring, basically. But with millions and billions of people in the world, trust and believe me, there's somebody somewhere who, even if ain't nothing but a person that's down on their luck and ain't you know, don't have a job, and won't nobody give them a chance. They need a job and they need the money and will be willing to work. You understand what I'm saying? So like I said, I don't know how y'all normally do it, but you may want to put some ads in the paper. You may want to put something online on how that you're hiring, how much you're paying, what's the hours, how they can contact you, how they can apply, you know, where they can put in an application, or, you know, if they just need to call you. What, you know what I'm saying? Because I myself, in all my 41 years, okay, have never seen a farmer's ad. Okay? And I've even been to farmers markets. Now, if y'all live in a state that has farmers markets, y'all know your farmers, from whatever rural town they stay in, they'll load up all their goods that they got, and they'll come into the city and set up a farmers market, usually like in your downtown area, somewhere there's like high volume and different things, and they'll sell whatever it is that they do. You know, if they got fruits, if they have vegetables, if they, whatever it is that they grow or they do on their farm, okay? And sell it in the farmers markets or what have you. And sometimes you get a better deal at the farmers markets than you do in the grocery store. Sometimes, okay? And even going to the farm, that's why it's called a farmer's market. These be the actual farmers. And these be their crops that they have, you know what I'm saying, and different things like that, and the stuff that they're selling. They don't even have no sign up then, you know, while they're selling products. Hey, you know, my farm is at such and such. I'm hiring if you're looking for work. I have never, ever seen a farmer's ad in my life. Okay, so I think if y'all really need employees, if you really need workers, y'all have to find some type, look at that. Y'all have to find some type of, I'm seeing advancement here. That's why I said look at that. I don't know if somebody is offering some type of advancement that just came up for working on the farm for you all, but y'all have to find some type of way to reach out to people. To let people know, hey, that you're hiring, and give people the information that they need to contact you, okay? Because I can't believe, now I'm not going to say there's a whole heap of black folk, you know what I'm saying, it's going to come out and be eager to work on your farm, but that's not even to say that no black people would be willing to do the work, okay? Like, workers is workers. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know, you know, it depends on I don't know how big people's farms are and things like that or what have you, but you know what I'm saying, even if you had, you know, 5 black workers, 5 white workers, 5, you know, I don't know, Mexican, Latina workers, 5, you know, workers are workers, okay? It doesn't matter what race they are, okay? If they're willing to work and different things like that or what have you. But I think people don't know how to even contact y'all, even if they wanted to. Okay, but and the only reason why I'm speaking out about this is because I found it interesting that farmers, since they have lost their immigrant workers, are making this plea online about black African American people not wanting to work on their farms. Like, why is it that since the immigrants have left off your farm, that you solely only want black people working on your farms? Okay. But anyway, y'all, that's what I wanted to say about that. Okay. And my plea to the farmers. Okay, because like I said, if y'all are decent people, decent employers to have, okay, and y'all are out here, you're advertising or what have you, just like any other business, letting people know that you have work available. I don't see why, people wouldn't be applying, especially if they're good quality workers themselves and they need a job and they need money and different things. But like I said, the only other, so the first barrier is advertisement. You need to advertise that you're hiring. The other thing is, because y'all are in rural areas, it may be a strain for, you know what I'm saying? It might knock the people out the box that may be willing to work or what have you, but they don't have their own transportation to get way out to rural areas or wherever your farm is and different things like that. Okay. So I'm seeing the Two of Wands here. Okay, Spirit is saying, you know what I'm saying, the Two of Wands is all about clear, having clear vision and making wise decisions. Okay, y'all have to make some type of. The Two of Wands also speaks to like opportunities, visualizations, a discovery of something, future planning, considering options. You know what I'm saying, making wise decisions. Okay, as it relates to how you want to run your operation. Okay, the Fool energy here. Okay, and the Fool is like, this Fool can talk about like taking a leap of faith. Okay, it's like a free spirited type of energy. It's a new beginnings type of energy, setting out towards something. It can speak of being spontaneous and adventurous and idealistic type of energy, potential. Okay, opportunities. It also can speak to the unknown. So the first step is having clear vision and making a wise decision. Okay, and the second step is taking that leap of faith towards a new beginning. Okay, the new beginning that y'all need to have, y'all want to have on as it relates to the you know what I'm saying, your business, your operations that you have going on. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm also seeing Judgment here. Judgment was actually the first card that I seen that wanted to come out before the Two of Wands here. The Judgment card is also about, it can speak of like a judgment call being made, okay? It can speak of a particular mission, a evaluation of something, it can also speak of making a decision, just like the Two of Wands speak of clear visions, opportunities, making a decision, a discovery of something, taking a leap of faith in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm seeing there are a lot of people that's at a crossroads. Okay, it's like this back and forth type of energy, quick decisions being made. But or not the Two of Swords. This is the Two of Coins. Okay, there seems to be like some type of juggling here. Like I said, like trying to find some type of balance as it relates to your business here. Okay, I also see that some of y'all may be juggling, you may be struggling, maybe you've lost business or money in some type of way. We definitely know that you've lost the employees that you had, so it's just a lot of this back and forth type of energy, quick decisions being made type of energy. But the Two of Coins can also speak of financially adept type of energy as well. Okay, but yeah. I'm seeing the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So the Ace of Swords speaks of truth and clarity, okay? Awareness and insights, epiphanies, breakthroughs in some type of way. I definitely feel like, okay? And, you know, if there's any farmers or that's listening to this, I'm, you know, I may be a nobody from nowhere that's over in Arkansas, but I'm surrounded by a whole lot of farmers, even in Arkansas. But this could be for farmers in any part of the world, okay? Because I didn't even know there was farmers in, I guess there's farmers everywhere. I don't want to sound stupid. I didn't know there was farmers in Texas though. But like, duh, yeah, yes I did. Yes I did. Because you got cowboys and different things in Texas. Yeah, yes I did. Now that I think about it. But yeah, I think I definitely feel like the first thing for you all when it comes to employees is advertisement. You need to advertise that you are hiring, you know, who you are, where your, you know, farm is, what the work is, you know, what you're hiring for, you know, what job position it is, the hours that you are looking for someone to work, the pay and different things along, okay, or what have you, and let people create that avenue where people can contact you, let people know where they can apply, how they can reach you, and different things like that, or what have you, okay? Because like, it's hard for me to believe with millions and billions of people in the world that it's just like nobody would do that work, okay? It's not ideal for everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, everybody, you know, don't have the stomach for everything, okay? Just like the people who just like people who do CNA work. Your CNA, your certified nurses assistants. That's what a CNA is, guys. Okay, they do the jobs that every nurse assistant, every doctor don't want to do and don't have to do. Okay, they usually have to do with bathing the patients, changing their diapers, helping them to the bathroom, taking care of all their personal needs and different things like that, or what have you. And you have to have the stomach for that. You know what I'm saying? If you can't deal with different type of odors and smells and different things like that, and you can't be biased against these people or what have you, these, you know, the patients and different things like that. But everybody don't have a stomach for that to be in a medical field and stuff like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So not everybody, you know, farm work is not, you know, the ideal lifestyle for everybody, but somebody, you know what I'm saying, somebody out there who is in need of a job, of job security, of employment, of you know, income, I definitely feel like would be interested. Okay, so I'm seeing the Six of Coins here. Okay, the Six of Coins is all about giving and receiving. Okay, it can speak of generosity. It can also speak of balance, kindness, acceptance. Okay, it's like a equal give and take. Okay, it's a caring type of energy, being valued type of energy. Some people you may even need to extend that energy. Okay, to let people know, look, you know, we all have lived through, you know, what has gone on through history, but we're decent people. I'm a good person. I'm not out to hurt anybody, harm anybody. I have this business. I need some help. We're hiring. This is the job. This is how much we pay. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people want to know that they'll be valued, okay? Especially in a job like this, and not abused or mistreated in some type of way, okay? Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Conversation rule the nation, baby, okay? Conversation make the world go around. The Eight of Wands is all about swift, fast communication, messages, news, information. Okay, the Eight of Wands can speak of something gaining momentum. Okay, it's swift, it's fast, it's progress, it's alignment, it's communication, it's things taking off, it's movement forward. Okay, so like I said, conversation rule the nation, and I have seen a lot of farmers online talking, okay, about, you know, what you're dealing with, what you're going through, okay? But what I haven't seen one farmer online say is, I'm farmer such and such. This is my family. This is the farm. This is the work. I'm looking for quality workers. I am hiring. I can be reached at such and such. I'm at location such and such. These are the hours. This is the pay. If you are interested, contact me at such and such. I'm a family man, a family woman, just like you. And you know what I'm saying? Appeal to the people. Draw people in. Let people know, you know what I'm saying? You not just, uh master looking for slaves. You know what I'm saying? Type of things. I'm being funny, but I'm being serious at the same time, okay? You know what I'm saying? You got to laugh, okay? So you got to make a judgment. You got to make a decision. You got to take action. You got to move forward. You got to have clear vision, make wise decisions, okay? As it relates to future planning, okay? Consider your options, make a conscious decision, and take that leap of faith and move forward. And be spontaneous and adventurous in doing it, okay? Because it's all about new beginnings and opportunities, as well as the unknown for you all, okay? But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you never know until you step out on faith, okay? And I, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who are farmers right now who may have been lied to, who may have been let down by legislature, by leaders in power and authority and different things like that. And it doesn't mean that you all wouldn't be able to dig yourself out of this hole here, okay? Whatever y'all dealing with, where you're juggling, where you're struggling, where you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, where you're doing this balancing act, you're trying to find, going through this back and forth, making quick decisions, you're trying to become, balance things out in the businesses that you all have, okay? I see you all coming out of that, okay? And I feel like it has to do with this Six of Coins energy, which is all about generosity. It's all about giving and receiving. Generosity. When you're generous, it brings about balance, okay? But it starts with kindness, okay? That accepting type of energy, that equal give and take, that caring type of energy, making persons feel like they're valued here. You understand what I'm saying? And also, like I said, communication, okay? Communication is definitely everything, okay? Let's see what's if Spirit have any other messages, guys, okay? Spirit, are there any other messages? Royal living. Okay, and this actually says farmer, woodsman, hunter, different things like that, okay? So you all are the ones that needs to make some type of decision here, okay? Y'all are going to may have to make some type of judgment call, okay? Make some, evaluate the situation, okay? You all clearly have a mission, and you're gonna have to, at some point, you're gonna have to take some type of action. You're gonna have to make some type of decision as to how you all can move forward, okay? Spirit, clarify this Two of Wands. Clarify this Two of Wands energy. I'm seeing the government in reverse. That's interesting, okay? And I've heard some of this and some of that. Like, a lot of people have, I feel like, been let down by, leaders in power that you all, believed in, voted for, maybe certain promises and different, like, things like that, were made to you all, or what have you, which, has caused you all some great setbacks or downfall as it relates to, your business, your operation, and different things like that, or what have you. I just seen that, okay? Yeah, something about leadership. I just seen government, okay? But it was in the reverse here, okay? So y'all are having to make some type of decision because government is in the reverse here, okay? I feel like y'all gaining some type of clear vision, making some type of wise decisions, doing some future planning, considering your options, seeing what opportunities is available to you and different things like that or what have you, because I do see that like the government is in the reverse. Okay, so like I said, I'm not really sure what all may have been promised or offered to for farmers and different things like that or what have you, but I definitely get the sense that you all have been let down or lied to or overlooked or I don't know, bamboozled in some type of way, and you all are trying to figure out a way to recover from that, to bounce back from that, to hold on to your land and your businesses and different things like that, and it's really kind of put you all in a bind. Okay, which I feel like is the main problems that you all have been dealing with. Spirit, what's this Fool energy? What's this Fool energy? What is this Fool energy? Yeah, y'all are gonna have to take some type of leap of faith though. I'm seeing, there's some type of secret agenda as it relates to something. Yeah, something about power here. Persons in power, positions of authority, abusing their power in some type of way. I don't know if y'all are feeling foolish for maybe believing in these people. Yeah, because I'm seeing power and I'm seeing bully here. Okay, so somebody in power or in a position of authority has been abusing their power because they're a bully, a tormentor, okay, who's seeing you all as an easy target in some type of way, or somebody is seeing somebody as an easy target or a scapegoat in some type of way. Okay, but yeah. Spirit, what else? What other messages do I need to share for the farmers? What are the messages do I need to share with the farmers? I'm seeing accomplishment here, so I feel like you all can accomplish what it is that you're trying to achieve, okay? Even though you have been put in like even though you all have been put into some type of like in a bind in some type of way. I'm saying that again. Yeah, I feel like persons in government in power put y'all in a bad position here. Okay, this government here, this says, this could be any branch of government. Okay, this says governors, courts, deposer, advisors, okay, courts, different things like that. Power says position of authority, fame or recognition, abuse of power, loss of power here. Okay, so I really feel like the decisions that y'all are having to make, okay, it has to do with y'all's ties or dealings with the government and different things like that or what have you. I do feel like I said, when it comes to government, y'all been dealing with some things as it relates to government and persons in power abusing their power in some type of way, and y'all are juggling right now. I'm seeing animals here. Okay, and so, many farmers have it. It just kind of depends on the farmer, okay, and what works you'll have going on. But this card says animals, okay, so they could speak of herders, animal lovers, animal care, or other type of something here. Six of Coins. Spirit, clarify the Six of Coins as it relates to the farmers. I feel like y'all been dealing with like this fall of civilization that is going on is because of greed, corruption, indulgence, and ignorance here, okay? And this is the reason why y'all are going to have to make some type of judgment, make some type of wise decisions, and take some type of leap of faith here, because it's like the government and those in power who's abused their power have like, you know, either lied to y'all, bamboozle y'all, or like took your kindness for weakness and getting over on y'all in some type of way. And that's what's got you in the bind to have you all juggling and struggling right now. Okay, and I really feel like this is going on because of this greed, this fall of civilization. which has to do with greed, corruption, indulgence, and you know, ignorance or what have you. Also, I'm seeing discrimination here. Okay, so like, y'all can't have discrimination against certain people, just like people shouldn't have discrimination against you all and the type of work that y'all do and different things like that or what have you, especially when you need, you know, workers and different things like that. I'm not sure where that discrimination energy is coming from, but I've seen it when it come up. Sir, what is the Six of Coins here? What is the Six of Coins here? Okay. Also this energy here, this could be you all extending energy out to those that you need help from and different things like that, because it's like y'all are in this Two of Coins right now, juggling, struggling, trying to find some type of balance, a lot of back and forth type of energy, having to make quick decisions, prioritizing things. Okay. The Two of Coins also can speak to adaptability and financially adept energy. Okay. Maybe y'all were looking for some type of gift of generosity. Okay, maybe you know, something was promised to you all in some type of way. As it relates to the Six of Coins, okay, to get you all out of this Two of Coins energy, because you literally go from the Two of Coins to the Six of Coins here, okay, but the Six of Coins is about giving and receiving here, okay, so this is like some type of gift of generosity from someone else. If this is not you all extending you're giving energy out to others, this is what you all were expecting here, okay. Because I feel like what's got y'all in this Two of Coins is this fall of civilization here, okay? And it has to do with persons in power who has abused their authority and their power. It also has to do with government here, okay? You know, there's been a lot of greed, corruption, indulgence, and ignorance is what's got y'all in this Two of Coins energy anyway, okay? Yeah, I'm seeing leadership here. So this is really what the farmers is wanting here, okay? Y'all are wanting the government to step in and do something, give you all, like, bail you all out of the situation you all are in here, but I'm seeing air disaster here. This could speak of an air sign energy, okay? Somebody who's an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or this could speak of some type of air disaster, air strike in some type of way happening or coming or something like that, okay? Some type of air disaster here. This card says asteroid, plane crash, tornado, bomb, or what have you. It's just a lot going on here, but this could speak to someone air sign here, okay? There could be some type of communication that you all are the farmers are going to receive in some way, shape, form, or fashion, okay? This could have to do with some type of judgment, with some type of decision, or something being made here. But you do have, it seems like some corrupt government individuals, corrupt persons in power, in authority, in leadership, in government, okay? And it's the reason for the fall of civilization that's going on right now, okay? And it's because of greed, okay? But with this leadership here, sitting, clarifying the Six of Coins here, also, there's something mystical, magical, or something being done. I know everybody don't believe in that, but you don't have to believe in anything at all for it to be possible or for it to be going on, okay? It don't have to be something that you subscribe to, that you're about, that you're for, that you even didn't know anything about or even believe in for it to be happening, okay? Something is sinister is going around. It's almost like somebody is preying upon you all's business or your crops or something, like cursing what y'all have going on. Spirit, are there any other messages? Yeah, because I'm seeing the devil energy here. It's a lot of toxicity around the situation. I feel like the farmers were I feel like y'all were made promises, you know, about certain things, as it relates to, you know, finances, money, resources, bailouts, you know, stability, security, different things like that, or what have you. I am seeing the peacemaker card here. Okay. This says diplomat, mediator, pacifist, or other here. Okay. You may need some type of peacemaker of some kind to get you all what you need, okay? I can't speak to what the government is going to do. I do see the toxic energy that is here coming from the government, coming from those in power who's abusing their power and authority. I also do see the lies and deceptions that, you know, you all have dealt with that is coming from that energy, but I'm also seeing this tower, this collapse, this fall of civilization here due to greed, corruption, indulgence, and ignorance here. And it has to do with leadership, and leadership is all about bosses, leaders, rulers, masters, followers, and different things like that, or what have you. But with peacemaker being here, you all are going to have to, you know what I'm saying, somebody's going to have to be the peacemaker in an effort for you all to get what you need, as far as as far as keeping your operation, your business afloat, okay? The way that you all need it to, okay? So I am seeing the well here, okay? This is great worry over nothing, okay? Many of these farmers are, you know, you all have been like dealing with a lot of worry over how you're gonna, worried about losing your farms, worried about losing your businesses, obviously losing money and different things like that, okay? But Spirit is saying this is great worry over nothing, okay? I'm seeing scissors here. There has been some type of disappointment in some affair of some kind here. And it has to do with wealth. It has to do with money. I'm seeing money pass here. And I also have seen wealth here. Okay. Due to some type of decisions that was made that has to do with the government. Okay. With these scissors, this could literally be someone being cut off or you know, something here, okay? Yeah, cat. You all have been dealing with two-faced friends or persons you thought were friends who are two-faced. And this is sitting here on Fool. Maybe you all did play the fool a little bit, okay? Maybe you were, you know, you took that leap of faith and you stepped into the unknown and you dealt with somebody in power. You believed in somebody in power who made you false promises or something, okay? Somebody in a position of authority that abused their power, okay? And this was a two-faced individual, okay? I'm seeing table here, okay? This is hard work ahead, okay? I do feel like, you know, some of yours farms is possible of saving and different things like that, okay? Even with the crumble of the, you know, this tower that's all around it with this fall of civilization, y'all are juggling and struggling right now, but I am seeing the well here, okay? So this says family wishes coming true. So for those of you all who, you know, because farmers have families too. Y'all been hanging off of nothing but a wing and a prayer, hoping and a wishing and a praying about, you know, what to do, how to save the family business and you know, different things like that or what have you. I do feel like, you know, many of you all are going to figure it out. Okay? Yeah, I'm seeing the eagle here. Okay? So this talks about triumph over troubles and obstacles here. Okay? At some point in time, you all may come into, like, you may receive some type of gift of generosity, okay? That may come by way of leadership in some type of way with this eagle energy here, okay? You all are going to be able to triumph over some type of troubles and obstacles. But I'm telling you, those are the things, like, you know, bailouts and different things like that. The things that y'all have that's going on, that y'all had ties to the governments and different things like that, because I know the government be trying to control y'all's farm and your farms and your you know, how y'all do things and different things like that. That's something totally different. Those of you who are having problems with having adequate help and farm hands and different things like that, I'm telling y'all, it's all about advertisement. Y'all need to advertise. I'm telling you. Advertise in every way possible that you think you can. Okay? And I guarantee you, y'all will begin to get a flood of calls from people who want to work, who need the money. Okay? It's like I said, it's not for everybody. Okay? But I don't believe there's absolutely nobody that, you know, wouldn't be willing to do the work. Okay? So we got scales here at the bottom of the deck. Spirit is saying keep your life in balance, okay? That's that Two of Coins energy, okay? So no matter the juggle or no matter the struggle, do y'all's best to stay in balance, okay? Do what you can with what you have to stay afloat, okay? But that's all I really wanted to share with the farmers, because I was seeing it. I'm steady seeing all these farmers complaining about this, complaining about that, or what have you. And I swear I ain't never in my life seen no farmers ad. Nowhere. Talking about y'all hiring or nothing, okay? So yeah. Yeah. I'm seeing successful small business owner, okay? So, you know, some of you all have, you know, small business. It may be big business, depending on, you know, the type of farming you all do or whatever. I know with most farmers, you know, y'all could be major suppliers for certain things or what have you. I do feel like in the long run, y'all are going to be successful. And what it is that you all are, you know, have going on, what you all are doing, okay? Yeah. Any other messages, Spirit, I need to share? Any other messages I need to share with the farmers? Any other messages I need to share with the farmers, Spirit? So I'm seeing thankful, grateful, and truly blessed. So Spirit is telling you all to say thankful, to say grateful, because y'all are truly blessed, okay? You know, it may have been some stagnant situations, okay? There could have even been some lies, deceptions, manipulations, and trickery from people y'all had dealings with or business with, especially when it relates to the government and different things like that. I am seeing some other things here with that, okay? But Spirit is saying, do not let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God, okay? John 14:1. Okay? Regardless to the situation, regardless to the, you know, bad hand that y'all were dealt, okay? Especially coming from, you know, two-faced, corrupt people in power and authority and different things like that. You know, I can't speak of everybody in attendance, but, you know, it seems like you all are going to be able to overcome you all situations, okay? But as far as, like I said, as far as employees, I'm telling y'all, all y'all got to do is advertise better. All y'all got to do is advertise better, okay? And, you know, people will be drawn to you that is open to doing that work, even locally, wherever you all live, wherever you all's farmers are. I'm pretty sure y'all may have some local stores or something like that, even if you got to put up some flyers or put an ad in the paper or something, put up something, you know, create some type of avenue where people know the type of workers you're looking for, know what you're hiring for, what you're paying, the hours, okay, and how they can reach you, okay? Spirit, any other messages for the farmers? Any other messages for the farmers? So I'm seeing today will be a good day, guys, okay? This is all about making the best of life, even when everything isn't okay, Spirit is saying, okay? Any other messages for the farmers, Spirit? Any other messages for the farmers, okay? Some of you all could be trying to find a way out of a tough situation. And I feel like those of you all who are, you know what I'm saying, trying to find a way out, I do feel like an opportunity is going to present itself. The best way for you to do so. Okay? Yeah. And you're going to be able to do so debt free. Those of you who are, whoever of you farmers who's trying to find a way out, okay, you're going to find that avenue. Okay, it may not come when you want it, but it'll come on time. Okay, and you're going to be able to do so debt free. You're going to have the stability, the security, the wealth, or whatever it is that rightfully belongs to you, and you're going to be able to get out debt free. Okay. Any other messages for the farmers? Any other messages for the farmers? I'm seeing emotions make you cry sometimes. There's definitely could be some of you all who is like really in a bad spot and you know, have been weeping and in sorrow or crying over your situations or what have you, okay? But I do, yeah, I'm seeing hell on earth. I do feel like y'all definitely have been through a lot, okay? No pun intended. I'm even seeing snapped here, okay? Spirits say evil is as evil does. Toxicity here, okay? Y'all are going to be able to overcome, okay? What you've been dealing with is bullies in power. That's what y'all been dealing with. Bullies in power. Okay, and it's the cause of this fall of civilization. It's because of these bullies in power, their greed, their corruption, their indulgence, their ignorance. Okay, and it's got y'all in a situation where you're juggling, where you're struggling, where you're having to rob Peter to pay Paul, where you know, going back and forth, making quick decisions, trying to figure out how to balance your situations, how to get ahead, or what have you. Yeah, spirits say them folks ain't right. These bullies in power, them folks ain't right, okay? So all of you big farmers that's, you know, been in dealings, okay? You know, with these people in power, okay? These burdens has been caused, that is on you has been caused by others, okay? These are burdens that have been caused by others, and it's because of these bullies in power, spirit is saying, okay? Those of you who have gotten involved in shady dealings with these people in government and in power and been abusing their power and different things like that, and y'all got fucked over, this is karma, okay? Spirit is saying, because y'all, you know, maybe, you know, made some deals with, you know, the wrong ones, okay? I'm also seeing something about martial law in force. These two-faced persons in government in power, they were trying to create a situation where martial law was implemented and put into force so that they can take y'all's land and take y'all's farms. I'm just being honest with you. That's the energy that I'm getting, okay? But I'm telling y'all, you're going to be able to overcome this, okay? I'm seeing something about drifter. Like, there could be many farmers that's listening to me right now. I'm seeing drifter travelers. Okay? Those of you who are looking for workers, this may be for one farmer in particular. This may be applied to more than one of you all. There's going to be either a group of drifters or travelers, or one in particular group, a drifter or traveler. Something about drifters and travelers are going to overwhelmingly be the individuals that'll work on your farms. They need the money, okay? Whoever these persons are, these drifters, these travelers, they do have like, you know, they may live the van life type style. They travel like that. So they'll be able to get to you, okay? They may have a mobile home. They may like have like camper vans, some type of camper, or, you know, live in the van life, or RV even, okay? There's something about drifters, travelers, the free spirit types, okay? I'm seeing on the road again is what I'm hearing. Your workers. Them your workers. They're coming. Okay? And you all are going to have abundance and balance. This abundance and balance is going to come back to you. I'm telling you. And it's the same energy. It's the same colors. You see how these colors? These two different cards that I made up. But they happen to be the same colors here. Okay? And I don't feel like this is one person. Because obviously, you know, you got a whole farm. You need more than one person. I'm hearing drifters, travelers. They're coming your way. They're gonna be your hardest workers, just as hard as the hardest workers as those immigrants that you had that were working for you. Okay. Any other messages, Spirit? Be careful of the ones that these people in government, these persons in power that abuse their position of authority and their power, that's greedy. Okay? There's a leader, somebody in leadership, somebody in power that may be in contact with some of you farmers. Be careful of them coming back your way, because I'm seeing now they want to apologize and come to a compromise because they betrayed you. Be careful of this shysty ass energy. Okay? Because these are the same individuals that cause these burdens upon you. These bullies in power. Spirit say them folks ain't right. Okay? If you can get out of dealings with them and keep your land, keep your farm, keep your business afloat and going, definitely do so. Okay? Any other messages for the farmers, Spirit? Any other messages for the farmers? Any other workers for the farmers? Yeah, some of y'all may have also dealt with some type of dishonesty and trickery from someone that you thought was a friend as well. Okay, that could tie into the fact that them folks ain't right, them bullies in power, or burdens caused by others. Okay, like I said, those of you who are trying to find a way out, you're going to find that way out, and you're going to be able to do so debt free. Spirit is saying, okay, those of you who are trying to stay in the business, keep your head up. Those of you who are needing workers, there are drifters, there are travelers that are coming your way who need the money, who are hard workers, who want to do the work, okay? And your abundance and that balance is going to flow back in to you all, okay? In the midst of this, for those of you who stay in the business, there is going to be somebody coming back towards you, okay? I feel like government or something like that who wants to, fake apologize to you. It's not going to be sincere and come to a compromise, okay? This is the same individual who abused y'all. Same person who's a two-faced it. They used y'all and they abused y'all for their own need, their own desire. I'm seeing abuse, two-faced, black magic here. Was done on y'all in y'all's farms, okay? To have y'all trapped, to have y'all stuck, okay? Beware of that. Any other messages for the farmers, Spirit? Any other messages for the farmers? And those of them who double-crossed y'all, Spirit is saying, not to get too dark here, Spirit is saying they're going to pay with their life for what they have done. I don't know if that's somebody close to y'all. I don't know if that's somebody high up in power. Spirit is saying they're going to pay with their life for what they have done. And I think Spirit is saying death. I think Spirit is saying death because it's some type of revenge. Okay? But don't you worry about it. This not coming from your hands. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it. Okay? This not coming from your hands. It's just what Spirit is telling me to tell you. They're going to pay with their life for what they have done. Crooked government officials. okay, that have lied to the farmers, that have bamboozled the farmers, okay? These satanic, Masonic, demonic companies, businesses, corporations, organizations who are sellouts, that hustled y'all, that played y'all, that tried to, you know what I'm saying, steal your land from you, your farms from you, your crops from you, and different things like that. These sellouts are all around y'all, okay? Be careful. Be careful. But spirits say they're going to pay with their life for what they have done, okay? Yeah. I'm seeing no more drama here. No more drama is going to come, okay? These people are chained to the devil. That's the reason why. There was emotional manipulation that was being used on these farmers, okay? And I'm saying, bitch, better have my money, okay? So somebody owe y'all money, okay? Y'all could be thinking, bitch, better have my money, okay? That abundance, that balance is coming to y'all, okay? I'm also seeing they're mad because they didn't get what they wanted. Some of the farmers could be mad because they didn't get what they wanted. There could be some of y'all who's in that energy of bitch better have my money, because there could have been some type of money or promises made to the farmers, okay? And, you know, there was some type of, they reneged on y'all, okay? They could have even blocked y'all's calls. Y'all been calling your representatives, your contacts and different things like that just kind of left y'all hanging, what have you. But y'all are going to be able to balance out your situation. Those of you who are looking for, yeah, I'm seeing no more drama again. Those of you who are looking for workers, I'm telling you, drifters, travelers, okay, and possibly other individuals in between these, if y'all advertise yourselves right, okay? So anyway, guys, I didn't want to make this long. I just wanted to, I was seeing a lot of that, and I just wanted to come out here and, you know, put my 2 cents in and appeal to the farmers, because they seem to be going through, and a lot of people, there's a lot of time, energy, and effort that has been going in. It's a lot of people that's been suffering, okay? From the federal workers who were furloughed, who was forced to work and wasn't getting paid, to you know, people who are about to lose their housing that was on Section 8, to people who, you know, went without food all of those months and different things like that, because their you know, SNAP benefits were stopped and different things like that, to people whose healthcare premiums have jacked up, to people who are being kicked off the healthcare plans that they had before. And, you know, a lot of people have been going through, okay? And what has been talked about the least is the farmers, okay? Because I do feel like, you know what I'm saying, some people may be looking like, oh, the farmers is bitching and whining and different things like that, or what have you. And I've even seen other people saying, this is what y'all voted for and different things like that. Y'all put y'all's faith in man and they failed you. But Spirit told you, if you put your faith in man, they will fail you every time. You understand what I'm saying? And but I get it at the same time, because everybody needs help sometime. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of times we take things for face values, and we believe in people and we believe in a person until they give and trust people, until they're giving us a reason not to, or what have you. And I definitely feel like this is what's happened. A lot of these farmers, they were hustled, they were played, they were manipulated, they were tricked, they were bamboozled, they were taken advantage of. Their kindness was taken for weakness, and it put them in a bind and different things like that. And there was promises that was made to these farmers and different things like that, or what have you, and then they was left stuck like Chuck. Those promises wasn't, you know, made good on, and then it just left them stuck, okay? And then, you know, their workers were being snatched up and, you know, imprisoned, deported, you know, very hostile energy towards those people who was just looking to make a living and have a better life, or, you know, live this supposed American dream and different things like that. And this, you know, this came all of a sudden with this, you know, these new administrations that was voted in and different things like that, and it really put the farmers in a bind, okay? Not only did they lose all their employees, but then they turn around and, you know, may have even lost crops and, you know, lost money and different things like that, or what have you, because, you know, false promises was made to them, okay? So it put them in a bind. It put them in a bind. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what's going on, y'all. Okay, so this was a message specifically for the farmers. Okay, obviously if you are not a farmer, you're not going to resonate with this, but you may know somebody who who is a farmer and different things like that, guys. Okay, that's what's going on. Okay, but yeah, y'all got to have clear vision and make wise decisions and take the leaps of faith that you need to take in a right way. Okay, not careless, reckless, childish, or ignorant leaps of faith, but awakened, aware, prepared leaps of faith. Okay, there's nothing wrong with taking a leap of faith in the right direction. When you're doing so, awake and aware. Okay, attentive. Okay, and different things like that, or what have you. But yeah, some type of judgment or decision has got to be made. Okay, y'all got to take some type of action. I know y'all on a mission right now, but you got to have clear vision. You got to have make wise decisions. Y'all got to do some future planning, consider your options, and take new leaps of faith. Okay, but do so with your eyes wide open instead of having your eyes wide shut. Okay, y'all may be doing some juggling and some struggling right now, or what have you, with everything that has been going on, just in America in general. Okay, also with your workers and different things like that, or what have you. But there is some type of relief that is coming in. Okay, but remember, you also got to give to get. Okay, the Six of Coins is about giving and receiving. You extending your kind generosity, care to others. When you value others, you will be valued. Okay, don't it look like this person? Look, you see him in a suit, this top hat on. This could be the farmer here. This could be a worker here. See how she seemed like she's just regularly dressed or what have you. But you see, the Six of Coins is about giving and receiving. Okay, because when you give, you also receive. Okay, so extend yourself, advertise, appeal to those that you need to help you, the workers that you need. And I'm telling you, Spirit is telling me to tell you they're coming to you. Okay, and guess what? You may be juggling and struggling right now, but when you give, you also receive. So that abundance, the blessings, that balance is going to come back to you as well. Okay, so you ain't gonna be juggling and struggling for long. Okay, and Spirit is also saying, for those of you who are trying to find a way out, who feel like you done got in too deep with the wrong people, not only are you gonna be able to find that way out, but you're gonna be able to do so debt free. Okay. Yep. So that's what's going on here, guys. I do hope that this is giving you all the truth and the clarity that you were seeking pertaining to a situation that you may be dealing with, or pertaining to a situation that you may know someone else is dealing with. If you are cross-watching, for those of you who would like to contact me, you can do so at tiff.diamond.36@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Instagram, which is shine bright like a diamond 36 with the underscore between each word. For any person who is interested in donating to the channel, it is greatly appreciated. I do thank you all in advance. You can do so through CASHAPP, which is $tiffdiamond36, or through PayPal, which is paypal.me/add36diamond. As always, y'all take care of yourself, take care of each other, but most of all, take care of your babies, honey. Remember, this is a wicked, wicked world that we live in. There's wickedness in high places, and there's evil that is lurking around each and every corner, even in a neighborhood near you. So y'all watch your surroundings. Watch the company you keep. Watch surroundings in the company in which your children are in as well. And considering the fact that you never know when someone may betray you, backstab you, try to hurt you, or harm you, honey, keep you some protection on you. Y'all stay awake, stay aware, stay vigilant, and stay prepared, because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, baby. Until the next time, peace, love, and light. Namaste. I am that I am, created in the image of God.